So tonight we're going to talk about the activation phase of evolving beyond fear, and that's the be, do, have. Once you be that, you can do that, then you can have that. So we've talked about clarity, we've talked about courage, we've talked about confidence, and tonight we want to activate. We want to figure out what is it I have to do to evolve beyond fear. So the things we want to talk about is shifting your mindset. You have to shift your mindset in order to embody the person that you want to be. Be, do, have. You have to embody the person that you desire to be so you can have the things that you want to have. So we have to stop waiting till we feel ready. Because the version of you that you've been praying for, she's already in there. It already exists. The version of you that you've been praying for, Lord, I want to be like this. Oh, she's in there. But unless you embody her, you will not become and have the things that you desire to have. Okay? We are always in the process of becoming. We are always in the process of becoming. But who do you want to be? What are you becoming? That's the question. So unless you have the right mindset, you won't become the person that you want to be, and you won't have the things that you want to have in life. So it's important that you stop waiting to feel ready and you become. So most women live backwards. We live in the have, do, be. If I have it, then I'll become it. But it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. So it's like once I have the job, once I have the man, once I have the house, then I'll be the woman I desire to be. But it doesn't work like that. You're looking for happiness in life, but you're not doing the things you need to do to be happy. You're sitting back waiting. You're chilling in the cut thinking, okay, it's going to happen for me, but I don't have to do anything. Well, first thing, you have to be that. If you want a good man, you need to be a good woman. If you want a nice house, you need to be cleaning the house you got. If you want wealth, you need to be saving your money. So there are things that you have to do. And in order to be that, it takes action. So identity drives the action. When you embody the person that you desire to be, your actions will align. When you embody that, your actions align. So alignment is extremely important. You can't evolve from where you've been until you step into who you want to be. You can't evolve from where you've been until you step into the woman that you desire to be. And that takes mindset. In order to become something, you got to change your thought process. And in psychology, we talk about thinking. We talk about thoughts, feelings, behavior. Thoughts, feelings, behavior. What you think causes you to feel a certain way. And once you feel that way, you can behave in a certain manner. So your thoughts affect how you feel. Once you think that I am that, and you feel that I am that, that means you embody it, then you become that. And once you become that, you start doing what that person should do. So be, do, have. So it's really important that you recognize that when you decide to become the woman that you envision, when you decide to become her, heaven will activate on your behalf. When you make the decision, thoughts, when you make the decision to become that woman, God will move on your behalf. And why do I say that? You know, we've been talking about Psalms 91. There's a scripture, Psalms 91, verse 11. It says, "For he has given his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways." So heaven is activated once you do what you're supposed to do. once you have that clarity and you have that confidence and you have that courage and you become that woman, God activates on your behalf because he's going to move things out of the way for you. When you decide to become, that is when doors start opening, things start aligning, and resources start appearing. When you become, when you can just be that woman, that is when the shift happens. Things start to change on your behalf. So the angels get moving on your behalf. God starts moving things on your behalf because you have stepped into her. You have stepped into the woman you said you desire to be. And once you step into her, you can have the things that that woman would have. Think about this. If I step into her, meaning that's how I think, then that's how I behave. So I'm doing the right things, I'm thinking the right things. I can have the things I desire to have. Why? Because I embody that. You have to embody that. So once you see the woman you desire to be, once you see it, that's clarity. What you decide to do, that's giving you the confidence and the courage. And then you can walk in that. You can have the things that she would have. So the woman you desire to be, what does she wear? What does she drive? What rooms does she walk into? You got to be thinking ahead. What choices would she make? Once you can see that with clarity, okay, I want to be healthy, but I'm not doing what it takes to be healthy. I'm not doing what a healthy person would do. I have to embody that before I can have that. I have to embody health, working out, getting my life together, eating the right foods. I have to embody that before I can be healthy. And then I have to do what a healthy person does, so I better get out there and run. I better get out there and exercise because I want to be healthy. I see where I want to be. So I have to do what I need to do. But I have to become that person before it's manifested in the earth. So what I want, we need to have an affirmation. And this is something that I think is very important. I walk with divine assistance, and every step I take is supported, guided, and blessed. I walk with divine assistance. God guides me. And every step that I take is supported, is guided, and is blessed. When you can start speaking that out of your mouth and walking that out, you're going to have the desires of your heart because you know that God has you. He has your back. And the things that you want in life, God said is yours. It's yours. It's available to you. It's accessible to you. But if you don't become that woman, you're not going to have those things. God said it's right there. But what do you have to do to attain it? Just because it's accessible doesn't mean you're going to have it if you don't become the person that you need to be. So just because wealth is accessible, it doesn't mean you're going to be wealthy until you do the things that you need to do. Are you saving? Have you invested in anything that's going to bring you wealth? How do you expect to have these things if you're not doing these things and you're not thinking the way that a wealthy person would think? You got to change your thoughts. Thoughts, feelings. Once you embody that, your thoughts and your feelings, and you do the things that you need to do, you will have the things that you need to have. So I got a word earlier today, and I want to share that with you. Whatever it is that you desire, you must be that before you can have that. I want to have health. Become someone who is healthy. Do what they do. And then you will qualify. You got to qualify. Do you qualify for the blessing? Do you qualify for the things you're praying for? You got to qualify. And what do I mean by that? Thoughts, feelings, behavior. When you think it and feel it, you can embody it. When you embody it, you do the things that a person must do. And once you do those things, you can have what you've been praying for. You have to qualify. You have to be on the frequency of it. So everything vibrates at a frequency. And when you align with that frequency, that thing that you desire aligns with you. So everything is on a frequency. Think of it like the radio. When you turn that dial and you're trying to hit that station, you have to be on the right frequency to get the station that you want to listen to. It's the same thing with the things that you're trying to attract in life. You got to get on the frequency of what you're trying to attract. Wealth has a higher frequency than poverty. Health has a higher frequency than sickness. And you feel that. Somebody that's wealthy compared to somebody that's in poverty, you can feel the difference. The way they carry themselves, the things they talk about, is different. It's different. Like when you go to a football game, use that for an example, and everybody's cheering for the team, and you feel that energy shift, and then the momentum of the team shifts, and they get the momentum behind them, and they're scoring, and they're going. There was a shift. There was a frequency change, and that built the momentum. Momentum turns in your favor, and you need the momentum to have the shift. Momentum causes you to move in the right direction, while the shift causes you to become the person who attracts the things you desire. So you get the momentum. You get the momentum, and then the shift comes to help you attract the things you desire. You want to win, you need the shift, and you need the momentum behind you so you can have that victory. So you can have it, but wishing doesn't attract it. You can have it, but wishing doesn't attract it. It is your action. It is your belief, your thinking, your feeling, your actions. That is what will bring the blessing. You have to become the woman that you desire to be to attract the blessings that you desire to have. You have to be her. You have to do the things she would do. And then you can have the things that she would have. You want that man. You praying for a man. God, bring me a man. Okay. Have you embodied the wife that you want to be? Or are you just praying for the man? Have you become that woman that links up with that type of man? Are you on the right frequency? Are you aligned? So if you broke, busted, and disgusted, are you aligned with a man of wealth so that you can live that wealthy life you want to live? Are you doing the things to get your finances in order, to get your life in order so that you attract? This is something to think about. Be, do, have. Be that. Do that. Have that. Be that. Do that. Have that. And how can you be that? The way you think, the way you feel. And you have to embody her. And embodying her means you do the things that that woman would do. Even though you might not be there yet, you're doing the actions that will get you to that result. You can have what it is God said you can have, but you need to do what God said that you needed to do. And then the blessings will come. So I just wanted to share with you guys, I'm bringing this word, evolve beyond fear. We've talked about clarity. We've talked about confidence. We've talked about courage. And now we are reaching the place where you have to be so you can do, so you can have. And this is the activation phase. Now you have been activated to do the things that you've been afraid of. Now you can do them.